Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to Chronicle. So I have been playing this game for the past few months with my wife, and so it has been quite rewarding so far. That's why we decided to make a channel to talk a little bit more about the gameplay, to talk a little bit more about why we like it, and some tips on how you can also take the right path to greatness. So we have, this is basically a hero collection game. You collect different heroes and you get to summon them and you get to get different heroes. Yeah, so it's like stamp collection. You collect different heroes. My wife liked the gambling aspect of this. Sometimes some people call this the gacha game. Gacha came from, is a short form for gashapons, which are the Japanese capsule vending machines, right? So it's all about chance and luck. Basically you can spend so basically you can spend crystals to summon different characters, and that's what this game is all about. You summon characters, you build them up, and you fight monsters, and you become better, and so on and so forth. And so today we want to talk about some heroes that you can consider focusing on. Personally, I don't have all the important heroes, but this is a question that comes up all the time. What heroes are you going to be building on? And I just want to talk about three, which happens to be three that I have. The first SSR hero that I had a chance to get is the Prophet Amon, and he is till now my favorite character. He goes on the offensive, he is a tank, and he also is in a way a support. So if you take a look at his passive skill, he actually brings back one of your friends who died. So he can revive or cast resolve on one of your allies. And this is really useful when it comes to revive, whether it's in PvE or PvP content. It is very useful. And he can also go on the offensive because his third skill casts Engraving of Destructions for 2 turns, and this means that the opponent who uses a third skill is probably going to get a lot of damage when they do. Okay, as you play the game, you understand a bit more. Initially when I started, I also got very confused by a lot of the terms, especially those that they don't explain. Engraving of Destruction, I think they explain it pretty well. Basically it inflicts damage when the enemy uses third skill. Okay, and he also has his first and second skill tend to taunt the enemy, has a chance to taunt the enemy, and it guarantees counter strike for all the allies for his second skill. So this helps enemies target him more, and that keeps your other heroes alive longer. So he is by far, I think, the best character there is, both for offensive, defensive, PvE, PvP. Yeah, so I built him all the way up. So if you haven't have him and you're not sure who to build, you can try him. And the second hero I want to talk about is Ramu. So Ramu is a support character. I like her because she is cute. So Ramu and I have Ru here. They're both good. They're both support type. I don't like Ru as much, but she has been very useful. So first let's talk about Ramu. Now Ramu's third skill revives up to 2 allies and restore their HP by 40%. At level 6, if her skill at level 6, it will revive up to 3 allies and restore 70% of their HP. So this is extremely helpful. If one or two, a single revival is already quite something. So being able to revive 2 of the allies it can be game changing, especially in PvP content. So the rest of his skills are okay. So his first skill has a 20% chance to stunt. That's nice. Stunt and freeze basically keep your opponent locked in for a turn. And for her second skill, okay, honestly I'm not sure whether it's a he or a she. I think it's a she. So she can recover all the allies' HP by 20%. That's also very strong. So at the end of your check-in period, so let's go to the check-in and take a look. Is it Codex? Nope, sorry. Right over, let's see, where can it be? Check-in, yeah. So 28 days check-in. At the final 28 check-in, you will get to select one of the knights. Okay, so it's right over here, and these are the knights that you can choose. Either the white knights, which you have Damien, who has awakening coming up. There is him, there is her, there is her, him. So you get to select one of them, right? And white or dark knights. Okay, so I would recommend you to go for Ramu, because she's really very good both in PvE and PvP content. Yep. And the last hero I want to talk about that you can consider focusing on would be Vendandi. Vendandi is an attack type. So today we covered a hybrid who is also a support. We covered a tanker, a defense type, and now an attack type. So Vendandi is powerful because of her third skill. Her third skill does 300% attack that ignores defense to one enemy, and this is very high damage, and you would never see 300% of attack on any of the heroes that targets more than one person. So this likewise, it only targets one enemy, but there is a chance that it will inflict the 300% of attack to adjacent enemy. That means the enemies at the side, if the target of the attack dies. So essentially, there is a chance for Vendandi to attack 3 heroes at 300% of attack, and this is huge. And not only does she apply Disable Resolve, Vendandi also has a passive that, let me see, that casts Revive Unavailable. So that makes Vendandi very powerful. So that is the attack type that you want to consider focusing on, and that's it. So we covered 3 different characters. Hopefully that has been helpful, and we hope that you like what you hear, and we will do more content if this has been helpful. Yep, that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.